Hello, good morning, welcome. Thank you all for joining us today. My name is Jeff Bruner, and this is a product demo from our vendor partner, Newspaper Archive. I'm joined here today by Alexis Schoonmaker, who's going to show us she's going to show us what Alexis can do, but she's also going to show us what Newspaper Archive can do for your institution. So this session is being recorded, so if you want to view it again, you'll get a link to the recording shortly after the video ends up rendering. And if you're watching the recording right now, hello from the past. Okay, so with that silliness aside, I am going to turn things over to Alexis. Over to you.
Perfect. So I will, do you want to allow me to share my screen? Perfect. There we go. Do you guys, Jeff, do you see my presentation?
Yep, it looks good, Alexis.
Perfect. Okay, so this is an interesting way to do this. I haven't done this before in the aspect of you guys can't interrupt me and ask me any questions, but it does look like in the bottom bar, you can click on Q&A and I can ask any questions or answer any questions that you guys may have or in the chat. So my name is Alexis and I am with Newspaper Archive. There are a few things that I would like to go over today. The first being the background of Newspaper Archive. So who are we and what do we do? Perfect, thank you, Jeff. And then I'll go over the live demo. So what is our database and how you can walk through that? And then what sets us apart from maybe our competitors and what would be benefits for going with Newspaper Archive. I apologize for my dog in the background. And then pricing and next steps, we don't really need to worry about that because I'll go over that with you guys later. I really like to email you guys so that you can ask me any questions that you may have. And then again, as we're going through this, please just put in the chat if you have any questions for me. So as Newspaper Archive was founded in 1997, but we didn't go live until 1999 as one of the first online databases. We have added every single month to this since we have started. So we're really focusing on continuing to bring you guys more and more content. So as of right now, we have over 16,000 newspapers and publications. This is not just for the United States, it is for 48 other countries as well. And then in addition, we really like to focus on small town newspapers. That does not mean we don't have big city newspapers, we definitely do. We have a combination of both. But we really believe that not only just having the United States, but having 48 different countries, plus having a real focus on small city newspapers, that allows us to really bring in the storytelling, which our whole goal here is to bring storytelling through historical newspapers. So whether that be you're looking up things for your family, genealogy, anything like that, we try to bring that to life for you guys. Here are names of some of the people that we're currently working with. Many you might recognize: Boston College, Virginia Tech, Columbia University. We also work with Los Angeles Public Library, Harrison Public Library, and Houston Public Library. Those are just a few of the names that I've mentioned, but as you can see, there's quite a few more. Okay, so as far as our services that we have, we offer two different services. The first we'll focus on today, which is our institutional annual subscription. So you can offer this in-house. So if you want people just to come into your library and have access to it, that's totally fine. But we also do offer remote access. As we all experienced during COVID, this is really important. And, you know, some people just really like to sit in the comfort of their own home and be able to do research there. So we do offer remote access, and there's a few different ways that you can set that up. As far as the packages that we offer, we have 3 different ones. The first being state, so it would just be your state. Then we have multi-state access. So this is a few different states that you would like to pick from. And then there's a discount based on how many states you pick. And then the last being world access. That is our complete collection. You'll have access to everything that we offer. And with all of these, if we're adding, again, we add every day, which I'll show you guys where you guys can find that. But as we're adding, you'll have access to any of that content as well. The last thing that we do is microfilm and digitization. So if you guys have any newspapers that you guys currently have on hard copies or microfilm and you want them digitized and your patrons have access to them through the searchable database, we can definitely go through that. I would just need a few questions answered so I could put together a quote for you for that. All right, let me stop sharing my screen just so I make sure that this pulls up properly. So let me share my screen again. All right, so this is our website. Where it says Demo Public Library specifically, that is where each of your library names will go. This just personalizes a little bit. At the top, you'll see a bar that has a few different ways that people can search, and in the middle and at the bottom. So we try to make this as straightforward as possible. So if you guys are searching, we want it to be as easy as can be. If you click on search, this is going to be our advanced search option. So I always say if someone has, let's say they're looking for their grandfather and they would like to look in Denver, Colorado around 1904, 1905. This is where they would go. Or maybe they're taking a class and they need to look up specific things in a specific area. This is, again, advanced search option is the best place. However, we do have a few other ways. Today, I'd like to show you our browse by location. So there is going to be on the left-hand side a few different countries. If you do not see them here, that means we do not have them currently. We don't have any content for them. So as you click through, it will pull up the different states or provinces that we have for that country. So today we'll do the United States. I do want to give you guys an opportunity maybe to put in the chat where you guys are at and what you guys would be looking for. And then I can see if we have content for that area. So I'll give you guys a second maybe to write in. I think. Okay. Thank you, Carolyn. So we'll go Wisconsin. As you see, it's going to pop up with the cities. So if I scroll all the way, I'm probably going to butcher that name, but it looks like yes, we do have content for them. Okay. So then it's going to bring up all the different newspapers that we have for them. So you can either click on them here, or you could go to Browse All. And then that's going to bring up all the different newspapers. So it looks like, Carolyn, for that city, we have from 1846 to 1977. I do want to point out, you're going to want to look to the left of the publication because that's going to show you the dates that we have for those. So I'll give you a second to see. And then if you scroll down to the bottom, we'll have the records as well. So the rest, obituaries, births, all of that. Okay, I'll do the next one. So Marshfield, let's go back to the United States. Click on Wisconsin. down Marshfield, correct? Yeah. Okay. Looks like we have 1882 to 1919. Again, you want to look to the right to make sure that you see the dates that it has. And then I will go through the next few things, but I just want to make sure, does anybody else, okay, there we go. Just want to make sure I give you guys a chance to look. Rhinelander. Do you guys have a German influence? Or is that German, right? Very German here. Seems like that's where I need to go then. Okay, so Rhinelander, we also have 1891 to 2021. So the Northwoods River News, it looks like we have to current. And then there's a few others. I didn't know much about newspapers prior to starting this position, but it's interesting that each of these are typically by the same publisher, but have different names based on what date they were, or they changed names as years went on. It's very interesting. So, okay, anything else? Okay. If no one else is going to click in, then I'm going to show you guys what the database looks like. So if I open this, and please feel free to ask any questions that you guys may have. At the top, there is what looks like a graph, basically. So a good example is 1895. It looks like there's not a whole lot of red. So that means we don't have as much content for that year. So I'll click on it and show you as an example. As you see, it looks like we just have January and February, but if I click on 1896, it looks like this was probably, yep, it was published on Thursdays, and we have basically everything except for January and part of February. So this is a good example. Typically, if the graph is higher up here, that means it probably was published more than one day of the week, and we have all of that content. So I'll click on this. So March 12th, 1896. So we'll bring it up. And then this says how many pages there are. So this is 1 out of 8 pages. If I scroll over this, this is one way that you can click through the different pages. We also have a way to jump to the last page and to the first page. So that's a few ways that they can scroll through it. We also have a zoom out and zoom in feature. Especially older newspapers, it would seem that they had better eyesight than us because the font gets pretty tiny. So being able to zoom in and zoom out is pretty helpful as far as that goes. We also have a cropping feature and a brightness and contrast feature. So they are able to search within this. This will be interesting. Is that goods, wash goods? Okay, so if I put what I'm searching for in here, it's going to highlight where that is out throughout the page. If they do an advanced search, it's going to do the same thing. It will highlight throughout the page what they're looking for, and it will bring up how many searches are they found for that. So if they want to crop it, say this is what they're looking for, they can go ahead and crop this. And then up in the top right-hand corner, it says create a free account. So they can create a free account by using their first name, last name, email, and password. This allows them to save clippings to folders or just save articles to folders, and then they can come back to it. I do want to make sure that you guys know you do not have to create a free account. They can do searching within the database without that, but this just allows them, if they're doing a lot of research and they want to save those items, they can do that. They can also print them and save them as well, so they don't have to save it just to our database. But that is how that works. Do you guys have any questions so far? Just want to give you an opportunity. If you do, I will definitely answer them. So at the top where it says publications, like I mentioned before, this is where you would go if you were looking for what we have updated. So if you hover over the different states, it's going to show you how many publications we have. So for Wisconsin, we have 829. Illinois, we have 840. Iowa, we have 1,039. And so you can just hover over those to see what we have. We'll click on Wisconsin, and then it will bring up what we have updated. So as of the June 30th, we updated the Wisconsin State Journal. As I scroll through, it shows you the different years that things were updated. So April 2021. And then this is also an area that they can go just to see if they're looking for something in particular. Maybe we'll just do, what is it, Chippewa? This is how they can come see and just click on them. And it will update, and then you can pull it up that way as well. Okay. Support. Support is our 24-hour ticket service. This is a good resource if they are having trouble finding something, if they're looking for something in particular and not finding it, or if they would just like help on doing research, they can write into us and we can definitely help them. It also is beneficial for us if they write in, if they're having trouble finding something, because then we can notate what people are looking for and maybe what we do not currently have. Or if they're having trouble with our website, this is a great way for us to know maybe how we can change it in the future so it's easier for them to navigate. Those are just a few of the ways. We do have an admin login. You guys will have your own login for that. And this just shows you your usage. So you can pick the dates that you would like to look at, and then you can filter it by date. So what people are doing on that day, IP addresses, publications, and then just an overview of really how it's being used. So that would be your usage. It's really helpful for many libraries to navigate if people are using these resources or not. And then let's go back to my presentation. Perfect. So what sets us apart is that we have 90% exclusive content just to us. So that means if you see something on our website, most likely we're the only ones that have it as far as a searchable database platform goes. We are adding anywhere from 1 to 2 million pages per month. We do have a treasure box, which means that they can, that was that create a free account and you can save it to there. Sorry, excuse me. We also have the usage statistics and then remote access. The final thing that is really cool is we also have a customer success manager. So this is Victoria. What she will do is once you guys are all set up, you pick your package and I have you set up so that you can start doing your research. We will help you with marketing. So posters, digital banners, and bookmarks will be handed out to each of you. This will help let your patrons know that you guys have a new resource. If you're really having trouble getting people to use it, Victoria will be a great point of contact to get that started. In addition, if you guys are having troubles or having any questions, she will be the point of contact for you guys. We are growing that team, so it's really nice because it makes it so that you guys don't get lost in the shuffle, that we're making sure that you guys are getting help any chance that you guys need. So access pricing. I will work with Jeff on how we want to handle this exactly, but again, I would like to be able to email you guys pricing. This is based on your FTE or population served. Again, we have 3 types of access that you can choose from. Most likely I'll do state and world access, but if there's other pricing that you guys would like, I can also send that to you. And then the last thing, if you guys are interested in microfilm and digitization, we can always review that as well. So I will leave the final few minutes for any questions that people have. If you guys are looking for any specific content and you didn't see it, please write in and we can go back to the website as well to see if there's anything on there.
Well, Alexis, I don't see any new questions having come in. Of course, we should leave it open for a minute or two here in case folks are writing things down right now. Do you, I think you and I have talked a little bit before, and forgive me if this is putting you on the spot, but we've got some folks in Wisconsin already using Newspaper Archive.
Yes.
Do you know off the top of your head a couple of who those might be?
Ooh, not off the top of my head, but I can definitely, I had emailed them to you before. Here, let me stop sharing my screen and then I can look.
I should know too. But
you're okay.
Anyway, yeah, I was just thinking, you know, we've got a few libraries in Wisconsin, including WiLS members, that are using the resource and have been renewing year after year. So it's certainly getting used and is proving valuable in those places. I know Kenosha Public Library might be one of them. That's one of the bigger cities here in Wisconsin. But some of our smaller communities are using you as well, I think.
Yeah, so Kenosha, Madison, Prairie du Sac, Milwaukee Public Library, La Crosse Public Library, and a few others.
Okay.
And so as far as that goes, that brings up a good point for the attendees. We do have a consortia discount. So as we do the meeting today and next Tuesday, there is a discount that will be applied for each of you guys for each of the packages. So when I send you a quote, that will be attached to it. And so it's based on how many people are already a part of the consortia. So you guys already have a few. So right off the bat, you guys already have a discount as far as that goes. If that makes sense.
Yeah, it does. That's exciting to us as well. Of course, you know, we're always looking to save our members money on great resources, especially something that has such depth and a huge kind of amount of usability as this resource, which I think many of our members would benefit from.
Definitely. So it looks like no one has any questions. So I just want to thank everyone for attending. As we move forward, there's another session next Tuesday. So if you guys have any questions, you could always pop into that one, but also Jeff will be sending this out to you guys, I believe, so that you guys can always reference this as well.
Yes, that's right. So thank you to Alexis for presenting for us today. Thank you to all of you who came to the live session. Thanks to those of you watching the recording. Keep an eye out in your inbox. You will be getting a notification once this recording is available so that you can share that with other folks at your institution or other librarians that you might know who aren't able to attend, who might be interested to see what Newspaper Archive has to offer. And yeah, the last thing I'll say is reiterate what Alexis said. If you are interested in more information, if you want to see some more about it, find out how much it might cost for your library or what the various options might look like for your institution, please do feel free to reach out to me, Jeff Bruner, or to Alexis, and we will be happy to get that information for you. Anything else to say before we wrap up, Alexis?
Nope, I think that's all. Thank you so much, Jeff.
Okay, thanks everyone, and I hope everybody has a great day.
Bye-bye.
Bye now.